welcome back, Pokemon Go players, to another episode of the Purified podcast. Today is October 10th, 2021. I am your host, Luis Palacios, with my co-host, Chris.
Hey, how you guys doing?
How you been, my good man?
It's been a good week. Nice and chill. I had like 3 days off in a row, and yeah, I don't know, well rested, catching a lot of Pokemon. It's been good.
Yeah.
What about you?
It's been an interesting week, mostly just a long one. I had to do a lot of things this weekend, and plus new games, new stuff, new cards, new celebrations. There's been a lot going on this last few days. But of course, the Pokemon Go grind never stops. We're here once again to talk about Pokemon Go news, updates, and ranting about the game because we love the game just as much as you do. And of course, don't forget that we are part of the Professor Network. I messed that up, okay? ProfessorNetwork.com/Purified Podcast. Wonderful people. Always in the groove to play Pokemon Go, just like everybody else. So check them out, please. Really appreciate it. All right. So how about we get started? Let's recap some shiny Sundos. Remember, this Saturday was Community Day, so let's see what we got.
All right. I don't think I got any hundos again. I may get pleasantly surprised myself. No.
It's like, pleasantly surprised, nope.
Yeah, all I got were the shiny Duskulls. I didn't play too much for Community Day, but I did end up with 5.
All right.
I got like a decent Dusknoir for Great League. But honestly, I was more excited for getting the Stardust, and I was more excited for getting the extra large candy, for like an extra large Dusclops.
Right.
But yeah, I don't know. I think it was an all right Community Day. I don't think it's as exciting as it could have been. Everyone's screaming Litwick.
Yeah.
But I think it was all right. How'd yours go?
Well, like I said, I had a really busy week. Saturday actually went about me going to work and didn't come back until like 11:30 at night because I had to help a couple of friends do a couple of things. So that was a long day of me just go-plussing the entire time. I was able to finish the special research, just like I always want to do. But I don't think I got anything good. I checked and mostly there's nothing then in my inventory that seems cool. I really didn't care about evolving or doing anything. I did wanted the Stardust though, so I did grind. I have 6.0, yeah, 6 mil like Stardust right now. So I'm actually doing pretty good on the Stardust count. I'm actually finally back to that point of Stardust because I remember having that much Stardust before GoFest of 2019. After that, I've always been spending, so it's kind of hard to kind of keep the grind going after that, and especially because once you get new handles, new shinies, you want to spend it all. And Master League never really helps me there, but
I was gonna say, you keep getting hundos, you gotta keep powering them up.
Yeah. But that's the difference. I finally got back to that. I don't think I want to spend it anytime soon. But of course, we have some things to talk about in the news section that probably wants me to go ahead and start using Stardust once again for a lot of different reasons. But as for shinies and hundos, no hundos, since I really wasn't playing Community Day, so no hundos at all. Surprising. And then I did get 9 Community Day shiny Duskulls. Where did Spitdove come from? Where did this Spitdove come from?
You go plussing?
I go plussing a Spitdove yesterday? When did that happen? I didn't even notice. Surprise shiny check, I guess. Hello.
Let's go.
I'm okay with that. I needed more, of course, so that's pretty cool. I'm actually okay with that. Prior to Community Day, I did get quite a bit of shinies, actually, and that's pretty cool. I got a Lucky Tray shiny Apon. I got, finally, after a while, a shiny Venomoth from shiny Shadow Venomoth from Cliff. Or actually, no, from Arlo, right? Yeah, Arlo. So
Yeah.
yes. Okay. I mean, it's been a while since I actually got a shiny shadow from him, anyways, or any of the leaders. But the streak kept coming. Then after that, Jesse, for the very first time in the 3 rotations since being around, finally gave me a shiny pincer, and I'm like, what the everlasting F did it took you this long to finally get me one? Like, James, not Jesse. Jesse always gives me a shiny for some reason. So I'm glad that I actually was able to get that. I go plus a Natu when I was at work. Another shiny Natu. I think I have like my 4-1 or something. And then Sierra was also kind enough to give me a Shadow Shiny. So I got now 2 out of the 3 leader shinies from this rotation, of course. A Pinsir that I was hoping to get. So I actually almost completed the whole leaders, Jesse and James shiny shadows for this rotation wise, you know. So I'm kind of
this is the only one I've done. So I wish you luck on that C dot for sure if you're going for it.
We'll see. I've been trying to hopefully have my balloon to be a leader. And then, of course, since the Secret of the Jungle event has actually ended as of recording in this podcast, we don't have any more Jesse and James balloons as of what I know, I think. We'll check it out definitely when we have more information about it. But, yeah, I'm actually happy. My shiny count this week was probably more insane than everything. I'm still surprised about that bit off. I don't know where the hell did I get that, but I got it. So I'm actually happy.
Hiding from you.
I know, right? I don't even know when that even happened, bro. But I'm happy. I'm happy with my haul. I'm actually really good about that. So, yeah, that's my haul for this week. So, here we go. As I mentioned before, the Secrets of the Jungle event just ended as a recording of this. So, we are going to talk about our final thoughts and our final rating, since we really didn't give it a rating last week because it was just a long event anyways. Have you watched the movie yet?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. I haven't yet, so you're gonna have to not spoil me there.
I won't spoil anything. I will say I think Julie and I both enjoyed it.
Okay.
I think I definitely enjoyed it more. But like if I compared it to all the other movies, it's definitely not near the top. You know, it's not on the same level as like Pokemon 2000 and.
Oh well, yeah. No, 2000 is always gonna have a special place in my heart, mostly because
all that nostalgia.
Yeah, I know. I think I like the 2000 movie a lot more than the original one for sure, because everybody just hypes me
more
to
going on.
Yeah, well, Lugia and the song and everything. It just makes it like a really really good movie. So that's
fun though.
Yeah, I'll definitely watch that when I have the time. Side note, as this is actually not Pokemon Go related, but if you do have the subscription with the newsletters with the Pokemon Center or the Pokemon.com website, you are actually able to get Cerude and Shiny Celebi into Sword and Shield. So don't forget to check your mail. If you haven't subscribed by now, go ahead and do it. They're always giving us some cool promotions out there. And yeah, just get that shiny, you know. I mean, shiny Celebi. If you don't want to transfer the one from Go, you already have one right there. So eat there. That's pretty good. So aside from that, the Secret of the Jungle, the whole event, I felt like it was actually a pretty good one. We had some cool hunting that we wanted to do, of course. Roggenrola is my top of my list. Unfortunately, I didn't get that. Rufflet is in raids and in some research, so that's actually pretty good too. Didn't get that either. And then we had other ones in the wild, like Doable and things like that. So I'm actually okay with the event. The event, I want to say I give it like a good 9, a solid 9, just for what it is.
I think I can agree with that. You know, somewhere in between 8 and 9. I'm leaning more towards 9. I feel like I could have played it more.
Yeah,
definitely a good mix of Pokemon all around. You know, I thought Dwebble was fairly common. Not just because of weather, but it's just a very good spawn.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I can't really complain. There is a lot going on.
Yeah.
I was pretty happy the whole time.
Yeah, plus, of course, you know, other shinies to get, other things to do. People will definitely will want to do more when it comes down to it. I think the raid bosses were okay. We had Lickitung and Chansey. We still have them, actually, because they're not going to rotate until the next event, most likely. So I know Chris is doing his best to get extra large candies for a lot of those. And then... Yeah. And then, well, the only problem was probably the legendary 5-star Genesect. I did my few. I did a couple during Raid Hour. It wasn't like I was going really hard to get the Hondo or Shiny wasn't available, so it really wasn't. That's why I give it a solid 9, just because the event itself was still good. But the legendary kind of killed it there. If it was something or Shiny available, then I'm pretty sure everybody would have gone for it at this point.
Yeah, I can agree with that. That was definitely one of the things that I just didn't touch with a 6-foot stick.
Oh yeah,
they could have put legit anything in there, like Lugia, something that had shiny availability. But it's a one and done. And if you play any Go Battle League and you get one from there, you're not even going to want to rate it. I don't think I rated a single Genesect.
Yeah, no, that's true. If you do Go Battle League game, there's really no point, since it's the legendary of the month anyways. And it's still going to be around, I believe the next event should be happening this week or next week. I'm really not sure at this point. We're professional podcasters, guys, but I don't even know what about it. Let me go ahead and check that while we are doing there. But yeah, that's your solid rating too, right? What is, you want to give it a 9 or you want to give it an 8? What do you want?
I think 9 is fair.
9 is fair?
I do think 9 is fair.
Yeah, so, I mean, aside from getting a mythical Pokemon, I really don't give it too much of a credit, since Cerudo is kind of making waves in the Master League right now, and I'm pretty sure everybody's happy about it. Especially for the events that we're going to actually be talking about pretty soon. So, and of course, Niantic's birthday. If you don't log in for Niantic's birthday and you didn't get the box, you don't rate enough. But it was basically 50 Pokeballs, 1 fast and charged TM, regular TMs, not even elite TMs. So stingy. And I think some lucky eggs, I believe. So yeah, that was the box, and the whole hype about Niantic's birthday. There wasn't even, that event tied into it. Something happened on during that time. Just log in from 11 to 5 and get your box before it goes away, and yada yada yada. So, but yeah, so it looks like actually we will have a gap between this event and the next event, which is the Halloween, of course. We don't have any news about that this week. We were hoping for it, but I guess we'll definitely be talking about it in the next podcast when we have. Unless Niantic decides to say, hey, let's go ahead and drop the news right now when I'm podcasting, because, or at the end of this podcast, because this is how podcast works for some reason. So I just know that at least the event starts on October 15th, so we'll definitely have news before the end of the week, or as soon as tomorrow, because I'm definitely sure that Niantic doesn't want us to get prepared for an event that's one of the best events of the Pokemon Go, career and everything. So, or the year at least.
It's one of my favorites.
Yeah, once a year.
Favorite.
Yeah. I'm just hoping that the Halloween event gives us a brand new Pokemon.
Well, we already have one that we're pretty sure we're gonna get.
And that is?
Phantom.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, the teaser. I completely forgot about that.
There's no way we don't get it. There's no way.
Yeah.
I'd be mad.
Now, it could be that. I wouldn't mind Aegislash. If we could. Although I feel like that really will put that in another Halloween or something event, because Aegislash is just too cool not to release pretty soon. But Pokemon Go did tweet and tease that a evolution is coming to Pokemon Go pretty soon, and that is one from our little slow pink man.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Now Chris was like,
Gen 8.
I know, right? So it looks like Niantic is teasing Galarian Slowking to come into the game during this Halloween event. So that's probably going to be our brand new Pokemon, but I wouldn't be surprised if they release another one, just because we have so many to still come around from Gen 6. Why is Gen 8 still here? But if Phantom comes to, I wouldn't mind. But if it's a new Pokemon, I'm pretty sure it's just going to be non-shiny available catchable. I'm hoping for other ghosts to come out during the time, or return, I guess. We definitely don't want to see Duskull again. I wouldn't mind Shuppets, just because the Mega is out there and I want to get a good one for it. And then, of course, liquids. I wouldn't mind getting extra large candy or a Honda liquids just so I can actually get to that point. So,
yeah. I definitely want to see Sableye too for those extra large candies.
Yeah, Sableye wouldn't be. I'm pretty sure that if that gets released in the wild in a freaking rate, that the entire PvP community will definitely be hunting for it until they get extra large candy for it.
Oh yeah.
Is it I don't think it gets any higher to get to Ultra League. I know, right?
I think I looked at it before. I think for the Mega, it's fairly close.
Okay, yeah, I remember that.
I think I have to look at it again, but I know Medicham is like legit. A hundo is still under 2,500. Like for level 40 or 50. I'd have to look at it again though. But that was one of the ones I like looked at immediately.
No, I definitely think that Mega Sableye will do pretty cool. Though since we don't have any Megas in PvP, we'll just wait and get the extra large candy to level 50 anyway. So I do want, if anything, either double cash candy or extra experience, because I am that close to level 49, and I am hopefully getting it before the end of the month if I do enough grind. But this last few days has been just crazy work and everything, so it's kind of hard to actually grind these days. So but yeah, that is a recap. So that's all we got, and a little bit of speculation in between, so that's not bad. Let's get into the research topics of the day. And we do have some very interesting news to talk about this week. Chris, what is the very first thing that we're going to be talking about?
Oh, baby. It almost feels like we're doing the get good, get wrecked here, because Pokemon Go is announcing the Pokemon Go Championship Series. Oh my gosh. They did a little kind of like, I want to say teaser, but it was kind of like a little entree or a little whatever comes before. They gave us a taste of what World Championships would be like with King and a few other people. And it looks like they're trying to make some more steps towards that.
Yes, so just like Chris has mentioned, and a lot of the announcements here, the World Championships are here, or will be here actually. So this is how it's going to work. Now, Pokemon Go was in the grand stage of Worlds before the pandemic actually hit, and it was an invitational. So they wanted to see the reception of Pokemon Go and how well it to see if players were actually interesting, you know. They have, BGC, they have TCG, they have Pokétank, and, all those games out there. There's definitely going to be a Unite, probably presentation or invitational when it comes around, because it's just so fresh in the mind. But Pokemon Go, of course, had his invitational. Keen won it all at the time, of course. And even the head creator, or not from Niantic, but I think Masuda was also in the invitational, and they wanted to see how well it went. It's actually pretty cool, and it had a good reception at the time. I was checking it out here and there, and it really had a good reception. Like, a lot of people were interested at the time of during the invitation, of course. So the blog post states, first and foremost, of course, they did mention in season 9 blog post for GBL that our rating was going to be more important as ever. So people were actually trying to get to Legends, or close to Legends as possible for this very reason, but we didn't know what it was until now. So they're excited to announce that the very first Pokemon Go Championship Series is coming in 2022. So this is happening next year. Trainers around the globe will have the opportunity to battle against the best and earn an invitation to the 2022 Pokemon World Championship. So it's official. Pokemon esports is happening. I'm actually glad about that. I really do think that GBL or anything close to that has the opportunity to do many great things for the community. Really competitive out there if you grind hard enough and do all those things. So I'm glad that something like this is happening. So they mentioned, of course, about the first year invitational and all that. So that was pretty cool. You'll be able to register to display events during a 2-phase window. So this is how it works. Trainers who achieve Legend rank in the current Pokemon Go Battles League season will be able to register during a short early registration window. Make note of that, people. Short early registration window. So, which will take place during the first few months of 2022. Once this window closes, trainers of any rank can then register for any remaining spots. Even though I don't feel like there's going to be remaining spots.
Like 2.
Right. Maybe up to 1, you know what I'm saying? Trainers will have until Monday, November 29 of 2021 to compete in the current Go Battle League season. The next Go Battle League season will grant entry to a second batch of light events. So this season, of course, is important if you really want to be the very first ones to compete in the I want to call it invitationals, and then of course will be worlds, something like that, you know. So to register to these events, competitors will need to link their Pokemon Go account to their Trainer Club account and have a Pokemon player ID and opt in to play with their terms and services. Now, this is where it actually kind of crumples down for a lot of players. Now, there is no current way for anybody who's not using a Pokemon Trainer Club account when playing Pokemon Go to link up their accounts to their Trainer Club account. So I believe that this is actually going to be implemented later, for what I read at least. This is something that we'll be able to do once the connection is there. But if you don't have a Play account, and I believe I don't, let's just make sure. Yeah, I'm playing from 3 different. I have 3 different ways of signing in, but I don't have a trainer account that way. So I don't think I can participate because it's not linked that way. How about you, Chris?
You should be able to put your account online. Maybe not right now, but in the future. So I wouldn't give up hope yet. Even though you got like 3 different ways to log in.
Right.
I'm looking at it right now. I don't know. It's not like super easy.
Right.
Like to do it yet, but hopefully they make it like super easy, because there's gonna be kids trying to log in. If I can't if I can't figure it out, like snap the fingers, how's a 12-year-old 14-year-old
well, it says right
figure this out with a parent,
Right. So it says right here, more information about events, schedules, tournaments, and formats, prices, and account linking, and more will be announced soon in the Play Pokemon website. So there is a little bit of information right now for it. I do believe that it says right here that tournament, they of course will rank that between how. Okay, it says right here. To register for Pokemon Go Championship events, you must be on your home region's age of digital consent or older. Also, you need to have linked your Pokemon Go account to Trainer Club account and have a player ID and have opting to play using the terms and service. The ability to create an account linkage in late 2021 and register for the first events of opening in January. That's what I read it. So there will be a linkage to link your Trainer Club account and your Pokemon Go accounts as soon as early in the late 2021. So basically in the next few months for sure.
Dude.
Well, Chris, let me ask you, how excited are you about this? Are you thinking that this is actually a good motivation to move on a little bit more into the Go Battle League and see if you can actually play in these kinds of events?
Yeah, I've wanted to hit Legend for a bit, but I just haven't been able to hit it. This is definitely another driving factor.
Right.
So maybe I'll push myself even harder. Yeah, that it's pretty wild though.
It is.
I'm really hoping this gives Niantic the push they need to make the game run a little bit smoother for Go Battle League 2.
Yeah, I do believe that, of course, under Niantic side, there's a lot to really fix if they want to push this grand stage into effect. Now, it's official. I mean, we're definitely going to go to Worlds. I mean, we're not physically going, but the player base, the community is gonna go and play as much as they can, so they can actually be the very best. If they really want to be the very best, I'm pretty sure Niantic needs to fix all the bugs that they can. So, and of course, show a grand stage when it comes to it, because we want to represent Pokemon Go as much as possible. This is our time as a community to show that Pokemon Go can be competitive as what we really give it. If they implement new quality of life updates to Go Battle League, I wouldn't mind either, since there's only 3v3 blind battles out there. It's kind of similar to the VGC when you come to it, but the VGC does have 6 Pokemons in total, and of course you can see the preview and be able to pick the best ones out of them. This one is fully blind, so it's a really, really grind competitively if you really want to get to that point in the game. So I'm glad they're doing this. I'm glad this was announced. I'm really happy that we are able to represent Pokemon Go in a grand stage like this. I loved it when they did the invitationals. Trainer Tips was one of the casters back then, and overall it was just an amazing experience. So even though I wish once they actually return to in-person play and everything, that one of these days we'll go to one of the events and then we'll watch, the invitationals or the Worlds and just meet the community out there, because it's just a great community no matter what. So, alrighty, World Championships announced, and then I guess following up to that, Niantic decides to say we're gonna give it another grand stage in a more digital format. And what is this digital format there, Chris?
Well. Samsung looked at us before. They're looking at us again. We're going to have Twitch Rivals featuring Pokemon Go, and it's going to be presented by Samsung. Last time, I don't think people were super happy with the way they did it, but I'm very optimistic. I think we should definitely look forward to it.
Well, the person that they picked, which was Mystic7 to do a grand presentation of Pokemon Go through Samsung, was actually kind of hyped, because the man itself, he has 120,000 energy when he talks. So,
yeah. Dude, he landed a close combat on a Bastion. That's what made that whole stream for me. When I mentioned they didn't really like Samsung, I think there was a tournament they did after that that I was thinking about, because that was actually awesome. They did a really good job with that stream.
Yeah, no, I like I said, all those little moments that are happening there, it kind of boosts up Pokemon Go a lot. It's been kind of on the low right now, because a lot of things are repetitive when it comes down to events and things like that. But the game itself, I mean, it's being recognized by big, companies. First, the Pokemon Company, of course, put it in the World Championships. And then now Twitch Rivals, which, as you guys know, it's kind of thriving out there for the competitive scene and everything. So the announcements coming back to back on this week for all of this is actually pretty amazing. So I'm actually happy that they're putting it out there and giving it another shot and see how people are the reception of it is out there for them. So they announced the Twitch Rival Mobile Showdown presented by Samsung. Tune in on the live stream on Wednesday, October 13, which is 3 days from now, at 3 p.m. PDT, which is, of course, 6 p.m. Eastern Time for us, to watch a high-profile streamers team up and duke it out in a catch and battle event for prizes. In this format, trainers will battle with Pokemon they catch during the event. It will be an exciting challenge that will test these trainers' overall skills. So the first phase, catch, teams will have... Now, this is a team effort, so it's not just one person, 2 persons kind of thing. They're actually putting teams out there, which is actually pretty cool. Which I think that's how Twitch Rivals usually come around. They put the team together of a lot of streamers that play the game, and then they knock it out that way. Teams will have 1 hour to catch as many Pokemon as possible to create their battles or the battle parties. Participants will use brand new accounts with unique gameplay settings, and they'll need to strategize and collaborate with their teammates. So, yes, Chris. Yep. I figured you had something to say.
Yeah. Are you thinking the same thing I'm thinking?
Yeah.
Aren't multiple accounts supposed to be against
The terms of
The
service.
rules.
Well, the
I don't care.
Right.
I just thought it was funny that they're doing it in this tournament.
So the participants will have unique gameplay settings. This is also a great opportunity to maybe give us some quality of life updates to some things that we want to see, either the catch mechanic or the battle mechanic, whatever the case may be. However, brand new accounts, that means that everybody has an even playing field. They're definitely thinking that maybe I'm sure they'll be working with NSES, so they'll be catching whatever in that hour. Maybe they'll boost up the rates so they can catch as many as possible during the hour. We're not sure how it goes. I'm definitely going to tune in on that day because I am actually off that day, so that's pretty cool. I'll definitely want to watch.
I should definitely be able to be in stream.
Yeah, so we'll probably do like a little collab or something when we go through that because we want to watch it. We want to see how it goes. So catch, as you guys know, they'll definitely catch as many Pokemon as possible. We'll see what kind of the spawns are. Maybe that's the reason why we don't have any overworld events for this week until Friday, so that way they can focus on this kind of thing. So I'm actually curious what kind of Pokemon are going to be spawning for them specifically, if for this event only, so. And then, of course, the second phase of it will be battle. Teams will battle with Pokémon they caught in a round-robin tournament. Specific rules will be in place to add a new level of depth and strategy. I definitely want to see this. I really want to know what they're in store for all this. This is the first time I'm actually interested in the Twitch rivals because I know they have many other ones before.
Round robin is interesting because I'm almost wondering if, like, for example, say all the teams caught a Skarmory. I'm wondering if only one of them gets to use Skarmory then? That's what I'm assuming.
Well, that's my point of the catching mechanic. What kind of Pokemon are going to be spawning? If it's just a regular overworld spawning Pokemon, there's not that many that they can actually do. And depending on where they are, they could also mean that regionals are in effect. And, if you're in Florida, you'll definitely have Heracross, Corsola, other Pokemon in the 1500s CP things. If you're, in the New York area, you'll get Buffalo or something like that, I think. So it's kind of like interesting how they're going to play out. Now, I wouldn't mind, and this will be kind of cool, if they release new Pokemons that people didn't think before, and they catch it during that time period only. Now, of course, this is a special account for each one of the players. So there's definitely not going to be like, hey, you're going to be able to keep those Pokemons kind of thing, So that will be kind of cool if they do, and I'm definitely excited to see what they have in store for us. Now, I'm just speculating, of course. You never know until we see it, so we'll check it out when the day comes. But yeah, support the show, support the players. Ooh, excuse me. I know for a fact I know one player from the roster. I don't know what team he's on, but I know from the roster. And that's actually our very own boss from the Laura podcast. Ken is going to be participating in the Twitch Rivals. And that's actually pretty sick because now he's going to represent also the podcast community. And that's actually pretty cool. So
he's going to whoop it.
The man doesn't know PvP as well as we do. I can tell you that much. So
That's fine. Beginner's luck. He'll be great.
Yeah, no, but rooting for Ken if he ever gets to that point. But you will see how it goes. I definitely want to watch this whole thing. So, but yeah, so that is actually all the news that we have today. All PvP wise, so I'm actually happy about this. I guess we should also say we're gonna move on to our PvP section. Get good, get wrecked. Here we go, Chris.
I'm ready.
We definitely talk a lot of PvP going forward, but there's still some, Stealth Arena and GBL going on. Have you participated in anything for this season of Stealth Arena yet?
Not too much. I am looking to get my foot back in the door, though.
Okay. Yeah.
They've been doing a lot of practice tournaments in one of the servers I'm in.
Mm-hmm.
And I had a lot of fun with that. I didn't do too crazy good, but it was very fun to know that there were very talented trainers in this server, for one thing. And yeah, I don't know. I'm definitely interested in getting my foot back in the door for it. It's just been a little bit hard since my lobby in Ghost Stadium closed down.
Okay.
I haven't really wanted to join any of them really.
Okay. All right. That makes sense. I definitely also want to, see a little bit of a bag, but now that they announce, the whole World Championships and everything, I feel like kind of hard to kind of juggle both of them at the same time. So it's gonna be a little bit hard for me to go back to it if I want to.
I almost feel like they work hand in hand.
Yeah, no, definitely. I mean, whatever I power up is usually is really helpful for the future and everything. So it's something that I'll be thinking of if we actually get to that point. So you never know. It's the season will go on, and there's definitely going to be more events and more tournaments in the future if I don't get to this one. So it is what it is. As for GBL, we're still in the Master League with the Little Cup, the Little Jungle Cup, actually. And yeah, that's about it because I haven't played that much.
Yeah, Little Cup is done in the blink of an eye. The teams are super scary. I still run Cottony. I like to cry myself to sleep every night. It's all right. But like I've been running it as a lead, and if I see a Skarmory lead, I can almost guarantee I'm losing that match. I run Shadow's Skorupi, and I run a Alolan Graveler in the back. I just have one move on Cottony too. I just have Seed Bomb, Charm, and Seed Bomb. But the other two are double moved.
Yeah.
What's interesting about my Alolan Graveler, I noticed a lot of times, a lot of people like to run fire, and I just wasn't getting the damage I needed to on the fire types. So what I did was I actually run a Rock Throw Alolan Graveler, and you get to Rock Blast very fast, and then it also gives me the opportunity to run Thunderbolt.
Okay.
A lot of times you're not going to use Thunderbolt. It's just fun to have, for that extra damage without having to get all the way to Stone Edge. The team works sometimes, but sometimes you just get hard countered. It's just horrible.
I mean, that's all GBL it is usually. So.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
It definitely is. But yeah, no, pretty good so far. Pretty good. Now, let's go ahead and get some factions updates. How about we got there, Chris?
All right. We've been doing pretty good, honestly. I'm not gonna lie, I thought we were doing better than we did.
All right.
To be honest, because we were tied for first in our faction standing at the beginning. Now the first is Texas PvP with 21 total points. That is huge. I think they were one of the people that beat us. Yeah. Very, very good team. And then there's 4 other teams tied for second. One team with for third. Well, technically third. With the Shuckled Chuckers. I love that name. And then we're actually 3 teams after that with 15 points. But I think we did very well. We went 5-2 overall. This bout, we didn't do fabulous, but we did win. We ended up going, I want to say, we went 12-9. We just needed one more point to secure the win to make sure the opponents didn't end up getting the 11 points they needed to win.
Right.
And AJ Cottom was the last trainer. He was able to secure 2 wins, actually, instead of just the one he needed to get. So very happy. I think the team is very strong. I'm hoping we keep a lot of the same battlers moving forward. I think we learned a lot. I said in a last episode that I thought we were going to upgrade. I'm not sure if we will. The captain doesn't think we will, but we will see. I will let you guys know if it happens. Even if we stay in the same boat, we're just going to try harder next season because it has been a lot of fun. I think we did a lot better this season than last season.
All right, wonderful. Yeah, I see your enthusiasm. I remember. I think that was like what back to back that you lost one time, but still.
Dude, there was like a 0-3,
Yeah.
and it was just horrible because like I just didn't have a good team, and that's my fault for not being ready for Umbreon. Oh my gosh, or yeah, weather. No, Alolan Ninetales. That was the evil doer. I remember.
Well, it's good. It's good that you got to this point. So I'm glad. Your team seems very solid. Venusaur, Wishcas, Defense Form, Deoxys, Alamarowak, Frost, and Metachan. Solid team. Very good between a lot of the meta out there. So I'm glad you're happy. I kind of wanted to see the Open Master 1 roster real quick. Ooh, that's pretty cool. A lot of level 50s, right?
That actually reminds me. Yeah, I don't think they have too much rules on it right now. I think they might have changed something about that. They actually just changed the rulings for Ultra League and Master League for the next rounds going forward. Because this was the last bout of the season for factions. For the next season of factions, for those of you that are in them or want to know what's going on, they're restricting a lot of the Pokemon you can use in Ultra League. It used to be that you could only use one starter and one legendary. Mm-hmm. Now I think they're restricting a few other Pokemon, Talonflame being one of them, definitely because it's an extra large Pokemon.
Right.
I think we actually have it pinned in our team Discord. Let me take a peek. And I do know for Master League, they're actually letting you use 2 legendaries, which is huge. And we get 2 alternates for the team instead of just having 1. Not that we've really needed 2 alternates, lucky enough. Yeah, here it is. The Ultra League specialists can only use 2 of the following Pokemon. Giratina, Altered, Cresselia, Deoxys Defense, Registeel, Talonflame, Galarian Stunfisk, ew. Mandibuzz, ew. Umbreon, Swampert, Alolan Ninetales, Jellicent, Scrafty, Nidoqueen, and Cofagrigus. Which is interesting because there's a lot of legendaries they don't put in here, but it's definitely the stronger ones. I find it interesting they're not limiting something like Articuno. But yeah, I guess you can bring 6 legendaries if you really wanted to, as long as they're not on. Well, you could bring one of the ones on the list, but as long as they're not multiple.
All right.
On the list other than 2. Interesting.
Yeah, very interesting.
Yeah, a lot of people are very happy with the changes because only being able to use 1 legendary for Master League, like that is insane. Like, there's so many triple legendary teams that you run into in Go Battle League.
Well, it is what it is.
yeah, I don't blame them. I don't blame them.
Well, extra large candy has always been an issue these days, and since not everybody is, well, mostly everybody that plays either Select Arena or factions, I'm definitely thinking that they're high enough level to be able to get extra large candies. But of course, there's 1 or 2 out there that are definitely be under the level, and it's still, they're grinding hard enough to be able to get those Pokemons. But extra large candy seems like a really hard to go about kind of thing,
Mm-hmm.
So the case may be case endpoints. I'm sure they'll work it out, and yeah, I'm glad that you're really having fun there on the factions thing, on this factions side at least. So
thank you.
Alrighty. Kind of wanted to stretch it a little more, but I guess that's all we have for it today, since the news didn't want to give me all the news. So
they're waiting on that Halloween dump.
I know, right? I think they're really focusing on a lot of different things. They haven't been much more after that. Not even Pokemoners has found anything that's significant and possible. I did want to think though, Community Day this weekend. Did you feel that the rates for the shinies were a lot lower than before?
For which Pokemon in particular? Like Lickitung and Chansey?
No. Just Duskull Community Day.
Oh, no, I did not feel like that,
Yeah.
honestly.
I mean, I ran the Gold
Um,
Plus almost the entire day, and I still fell with only 9 shiny Duskulls, which it's kind of low for a community day for a 6-hour one.
I didn't play too crazy, so just getting like the 6 was pretty wild to me.
Right.
I mean, within like the first 5 I clicked on, I think I got 1 shiny at my house.
All
So
right.
I don't think it was too crazy.
Well, usually
Like,
I'm
I'd
like,
be pretty surprised if
for,
they turned it down for Duskull.
I know, right? I guess everybody was more focused on the Stardust than actually getting the shiny
Yeah.
anyway. So
Oh yeah.
yeah. So, anyways, let's not rant on too much about that. So, thank you so much for listening, everybody. Again, shorter podcast than usual, but hey, sometimes the days goes like that, anyways. So, if you are in the live stream, thank you so much for watching. If you are listening to any podcast services feeds, you can always check us out in those Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, iHeartRadio, all those ones that you're definitely podcast service fee, of course. We are always in our social medias. At least myself are mostly in Twitter. I don't know about Chris though. But you can always find me at Pure Letter Go, at Chris at PKMN, Trigger Please. You can always email us anytime at the Purified Podcast at gmail.com. And don't forget, of course, to check us out at theprofessornetwork.com, the Purified Podcast at least. Real quick, for anybody who's actually still watching here on the stream, I do have something to open later on. This will be a separate stream from what I'm doing right now for the podcast, of course. But if you want to stick around, we definitely have something cool that we're going to be opening up. I'm sure Chris will be hyped up for this one for sure.
I'll be back.
I'll be there. And I'll be here. Anyways, guys, thank you so much. And Chris, how about you take us away for the night?
All right. Hope you guys are enjoying your week. There's definitely very exciting things to come with the Halloween event. Let us know. Did you have a good Duskull Community Day? Did it exceed your expectations, or was it as lackluster as a lot of people said that they thought it was going to be? In my opinion, I think it was all right. Okay. Hope you guys have a great one, and we'll see you next week. Peace out.
Keep purifying them. We'll see you guys next time.